All right, once they exit the room, we'll go ahead and open up the floor for comments from the patrons. And if everybody would just take a moment to read the screen here, just to see what we've got in front of us. And at this time, just please step up to the podium, state your name, and
Hi guys, my name is Michelle Phillips. I live in Farmland. Do you need my exact address or just Farmland good enough? Okay. Cool. I raised to speak tonight to show my support for our girls varsity basketball coach, Leanne Barga. You know, I went to the polls today and I voted, and I'm thankful that I live in a democracy where I have the right to do so. The one main characteristic about democracy is that most often a majority rules. A few of you will be running in the fall for that very seat you're sitting in fact, and you'll be chosen to fulfill 4 more years on the board if the majority of the electorate chooses to put you back in that seat. You wouldn't want the winner to be determined by the minority then, right? In fact, you'll all be voting on several issues tonight where 3 votes, the majority, will decide the fate of the motion. And since that's the case, I ask that you not decide tonight's the night that you'll be in the minority and vote, that the minority will help determine who you vote for. During my time on the board, a few of you made statements about your belief that we put people in place to make decisions for this corporation, and you asserted that the board members should trust the people that were hired to make those decisions by approving their recommendations without fail. I certainly hope that this isn't the first time, or one time, that you decide not to heed your own advice. I hope that your personal feelings or opinions don't change your philosophy on that one tonight. Further, it's been said that Monroe Central already has a reputation of being a poor place to come for a coach. In fact, some have asserted that we can't keep changing coaches as this will make that reputation worse. Well, I am absolutely certain that if you decide not to renew the contract of a coach who has gone 66-11 in 3 years, has been undefeated in the conference for the past 2 years, led the team to an undefeated regular season, led the team to back-to-back county championships, led the team to a sectional championship in only her 2nd year, and was an assistant coach on another sectional championship team before that. Led the team to the regional finals, and led the team to what I believe is the highest state rankings ever. You will make that reputation worse. It's my understanding that there's no assertions of abuse by her. She's always displayed professionalism and high integrity. Mainly, I wonder how this could even be considered, given everything I just read. After all, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? In closing, I am truly saddened to see how divided our community has become over this issue. I'm incredibly saddened that a tremendous basketball coach and staff are being put under a microscope by the actions of a very few. I'm saddened by how much this witch hunt is playing out in the county and even the state. With that being said, I believe that you all can go a long way in healing this fiasco by doing what's right and just. Listen to your entire electorate. Listen to all the players who have, are, or hopefully will play for her. I want to reiterate that I absolutely and unequivocally support Leanne Barga and ask that you vote to confirm her appointment tonight. Thank you.
But my children are proud Bears through and through. My daughter Madeline couldn't be here tonight because she is in another class, but she asked me to read this. I am Madeline Crawford, a current freshman on the girls basketball team. I would like to say the program, which is led by Leanne Bargy, is absolutely amazing. She and her team of coaches work so well with all the girls. They tell you when you do a good job and explain and help you to get better than you do when you do something wrong. I don't think in the whole time I've been playing basketball with our school that I've loved a coaching staff so much. Yes, I know, I have only played 1 year, but I can't wait for next year. These are the type of coaches some girls need. Coach Bargy takes pride in our team and enjoys being with all the girls. She also makes sure that our grades are our first priority. She is an amazing woman and coach. She also takes time with both the JV and varsity team to make sure we are all doing well. She sits and watches the JV games and cheers us on proudly, as well as the varsity team. She and her coaches are the type of coaches that makes me enjoy playing and many others. At the beginning of the season, I went into the season knowing that I wouldn't get as much playing time as I would have liked, but it made me work hard to get my time, and that's what Coach Bargy wants everyone to know. If you work hard in practice, you receive playing time, and you earn your spot in playing time, and it's not given to you based on your skill level. If Coach Bargy were to leave, me and a lot of others would be upset. Personally, a coach that cares so much for a team is someone who needs to stay. She's also done so much for this team in the 3 years she's been head coach. I can't imagine anyone else being as close and as committed to a team as she is. She is a great asset to the school and the girls' basketball program. I couldn't imagine playing without her on the sidelines as a coach. Thank you for giving me the time to tell you how she is such an amazing coach, Madeline Crawford. Now, as Madeline's mom, I get to say, this is my first year in high school basketball. My daughter's not the best, and we know that. We don't care. She loves the sport, thanks to Coach Bargy. Coach Bargy is the one, along with all the other girls, who stood on the sidelines and rooted my daughter on, and stood waiting for her to make that first basket of her high school career. And every time she didn't make it, they said, good job, you'll do it next time. And when she made that first basket, they were cheering as loud as her family was cheering. You're not going to find another coach that teaches these girls to be that way together. It's not going to happen. Thank you.
Giving your comments. I'd like to say that I love this community. I love the passion in this community. I'd love to see this kind of passion and support for our teachers. Maybe we can get some movement on increasing teacher pay. If we could get this kind of support. The one thing I will say is that there were concerns that this board disagreed on, and that's okay. It's always okay. My favorite saying is, I can agree to disagree agreeably. It's how we move forward that matters. As a community, we're going to have a lot of eyes to see how we handle this situation going forward, and let's not kid ourselves about why everybody is here. So at this time, I believe this community needs to put this to bed. Everybody needs to get behind Coach Bargy with all of their support, move forward, allow her the time to put this train back on the tracks, and have another great, successful season.
I normally don't take notes, but I did because I didn't want to go off the rails. So I'm going to talk a little bit, and you might want to pull your toes back because I might step on them, and I'm okay with that. All right? When I made a decision to run for school board 2 years ago, I didn't make it lightly. I spent 41 years of my life in this community for a reason. I love it. Okay? I talked with my wife. We don't agree on things every day. It happens all the time. Anybody that says that their marriage, they agree on everything, you're wrong. You don't. But we managed to figure it out and live under the same roof. Okay? And that's the way I viewed this. Every decision that I make for this school board, you need to understand it's for what I feel is for the betterment of this community and this school. Okay? Like I said, 41 years I spent here. There's a reason I'm here. I love it. I don't want to live anywhere else. I still don't want to live anywhere else. Everybody wants to have a right or a wrong decision. That's not how life works, folks. There's not a right and a wrong decision all the time. Okay? That's not how it works. we're going to disagree with people. One of the things, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And this is where I'm probably going to step on some toes. The passion that I've seen in this community in the last 2 weeks is awesome. And that's part of what makes me love it so much. But the venom that I saw to get a point across, I'm not okay with, guys. That's part of the problem. There was just venom being spit out to prove a point. One of my parents, one of the things they would tell me when I was a kid was they're disappointed. Okay? I'm not angry with this community at all. I'm a little disappointed in the way we handled this. And when I say that, guys, I'll raise my hand. I'm part of this community. I'm part of this administration. We didn't handle this one right, guys. We missed. All right? Plain and simple. It's one of those things, there was levels where this could have been squashed and it wasn't. We fueled it. We've got to stop it. We have to, like Dan said, we got to squash this thing. One of the things that made me realize that the gossip train had left the station was when I was getting told by people how I was going to vote and why I was going to vote that way. I had never spoken with anybody about how I was going to vote. And if you thought I was going to vote a certain way for my betterment, you don't know me. Get to know me. That's not how we operate as a board, period. I want to tell you something. The respect I have for this board through this situation has only increased. The respect each and every single person on this board has only increased through this situation, period. That's it. They stepped up. We don't agree. We're fine with that. Back to my statement about being part of the solution, guys. We did not have a solution tonight. If you think we had a solution, you're wrong. We took an action. The solution is so much bigger, okay? When I come out here to community days, I love it. It's amazing. The community pulls together, and everybody loves it, and we all high-five, man, isn't this a great community? And then just like church, guys, we leave church, by Wednesday we're doing the same things. Guess what? As a community, we did that. And we did it in this issue, and we're going to do it again if we don't figure it out. All I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not hard to find. I got an office in Farmland, my door's open, the phone's on. Anybody wants to talk and be part of the solution, get a hold of me. That's all I got.
I'll go ahead and make a comment real quick. Not gonna lie, don't understand the perception that's out there, that's been being spread out there, and that's fine. That's fine. I can handle that. That's okay. When I was running for this spot, I was given a question when we were sitting in this room discussing meet the candidate night. Said, when you're given all the information and you know things that maybe everybody else knows, but you know the outcry is a different decision, what would you do? All right, that was the question given. I answered, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. All right, that's what I based my vote on. Now, obviously, that's why there's a board, because we do have different views and we disagree sometimes. With that being said, I will obviously support this decision. All right, there is nobody that wants this community to succeed more than we. I want that to be known, and I'm praying that I am proved wrong on this one. I hope you all know that. I want to be proved wrong for this community, for that team, more importantly for those girls. Just so I want to make sure that was known. I also want to go with what Andy said, that I go along with the respect that this board has, and I want to commend Dan being in a really, really tough spot. There's all kinds of things venom being spread. He handled himself more professionally, and my respect grew him more than it ever has through this situation. 5 of us know that for sure. 6 of us know that for sure. They can speak for themselves. I can only speak for me. But I commend you. One of the reasons why I stand by you anytime. So,
Well, all I'm going to say, it's been a long month trying. I think what we can say is we can support the coaches how we want. The main thing is we need to support the students and these student athletes. The GPA from this group speaks for itself. I don't think there's anyone that we can pick on for that. the courage it takes to take your first shot at the game stands out. For the coaches to support them, the kids to be excited for them, that's a team. The school is a team, a bigger team to this community. We will get past this, we will go on, we will achieve great things. And one thing is, I think we need to support the kids throughout everything, no matter what they do. Let's brag about our band. It doesn't happen very often. We get a first place in the state championship. And I feel like we need some more drums, but I'm not sure if we got any money left for that. So.
Patrick, you're good. Thanks everybody for coming. At this time, we're going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting.